Hey, and welcome back to Real Talk English Pro, the channel where Alex and Sarah have the kind of honest conversations most people never quite get around to having, and you learn natural English just by listening. New here? Welcome. You have picked a useful one. Coming back? Always good to see you. Today's conversation is about a skill almost nobody is taught, and almost everybody needs. How do you politely get out of a conversation you are stuck in, without being rude, without making it weird, and without saying yes to one more story when you have already heard four? It is one of the most useful skills in English you will ever learn. And today, Sarah is going to teach Alex how to do it properly. Let us get into it. You are at a party. Someone has been telling you about their car for 15 minutes. You have nodded. You have said, "Yeah, totally," 4 times. You have looked over their shoulder twice, but you cannot find a way out. Every time you try to leave, they start a new sentence. Sound familiar? Almost everyone has been stuck like that, in a conversation that has gone on too long, with no idea how to politely end it. Today, Alex confesses he is terrible at this. Sarah, who has quietly mastered it, is going to teach him how to do it without being rude. And along the way, you will pick up the kind of natural English that gets you out of these moments smoothly, every single time. Alex has just spent an hour at a networking event he did not enjoy. He could not find a way to leave for 40 minutes. He has come straight to meet Sarah for coffee, and he is finally ready to admit something out loud.
I have just realized something embarrassing about myself.
I do not know how to end a conversation.
I genuinely do not. I just got stuck for 40 minutes at that networking thing because some guy was telling me about his recent house renovation. I tried to leave 3 times. Every time I started to back away, he just kept going. Eventually, I had to pretend I was going to the bathroom. I have not been back to that table since.
You are not the only one. Most people are bad at this. They just hide it better than you are right now.
Why is it so hard? It feels like such a basic life skill.
Because nobody teaches it to you. We are taught how to start conversations, how to make small talk, how to be polite when meeting someone new. But nobody sits us down and teaches us how to end the conversation. So we end up with this awkward gap. We can begin a conversation easily. We just cannot finish one.
So what do you actually say? Like, what are the words?
Before the words, there is the mindset. You have to accept that ending a conversation is normal. It is not rude. It is not unkind. It is just part of how conversations work. Every conversation has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You are not failing the conversation by ending it. You are completing it.
Okay, but the second I try to end one, I start feeling guilty.
That is the problem we all need to get past. Most people stay in conversations longer than they want to because leaving feels rude. But here is the truth. Staying when you do not want to is worse. The other person can usually feel that you have checked out. The conversation gets worse the longer you force yourself to stay. Leaving politely is a kindness to both of you.
Leaving politely is a kindness to both of you. I have never thought of it that way.
Most people have not. So, let us start with the simplest one, the phrase that has saved me hundreds of times.
Tell me.
I should let you go. That is it. 5 words. It frames you leaving as a favor to them, as if you are politely freeing up their time. It does not say, "I want to leave." It says, "I assume you are busy too." It is incredibly hard to argue with.
I should let you go.
Try saying it, with a slight smile.
I should let you go.
Notice how it does not feel rude when you say it? Because the focus is on respecting their time, not your wish to escape.
That is honestly genius.
And then you back it up with a kind ending. Something like, "It has been so good catching up. We should do this again soon. Or, I am really glad we got to chat. Take care. You leave them with a warm note, not a cold turn and walk away.
So the formula is exit phrase, then a warm closing line.
Exactly. 2 parts. The exit gives you permission to leave. The closing leaves them with a good feeling. Together, they make a complete polite ending that does not feel forced.
What about at a party, though, where there are tons of people walking around?
At a party, you have more options because there is a lot of social movement. The easiest one is, anyway, I am going to grab another drink. Lovely talking to you. You are giving them a reason for the exit that is not about them. You are not abandoning them, you just need a drink.
And then I just leave?
You actually go and get a drink, even if you do not want one. Because if you say you are going to get a drink and then go talk to someone else right next to them, they will see it. The exit was a small social fiction, but the action has to match.
So you actually have to drink the drink.
You have to at least carry it, yes. Otherwise, the lie is too obvious.
What other exit reasons work at parties?
I should go say hi to a few people before I leave. That is a great one because it sounds responsible. You are being a good guest. Or, I have been meaning to talk to so-and-so all evening. If you can name a specific person, even better. Or simply, I am going to find the bathroom. Nobody questions a bathroom exit.
What about work, like at the office? Someone at the coffee machine wants to chat about the football match for 10 minutes.
Work is actually easier in some ways because you have a built-in excuse. Work itself. I should get back to my desk. I have got a deadline I am chasing. That is one of the most useful phrases in any office. Nobody questions a deadline.
What if I do not actually have a deadline?
I would not worry about it too much. Everyone in an office has something to get back to at any given time. Nobody is going to follow up on whether your deadline is real. The phrase, I should get back to it, is universally understood as, this conversation is over. It is almost like a polite work code.
What about meetings that go on too long? When the meeting was supposed to end 10 minutes ago and somebody just keeps adding things?
That is a slightly different challenge because you are not necessarily leaving, you are trying to wrap the meeting up. The phrase I use most is, in the interest of time, can we wrap this up and continue offline? It is professional. It signals that you respect everyone's time, and it offers a way to keep the conversation going without holding everyone else hostage.
In the interest of time. That is a really useful phrase.
It is, because it makes the request feel logical rather than personal. You are not saying, I am bored, or I want to leave. You are saying, we are running over and we should respect everyone's schedules. Most managers are actually grateful when someone says this because they want to end the meeting too. They just did not know how.
What about hallway conversations, though? When someone catches you on your way somewhere?
I do not want to keep you is your friend. Or, I will let you carry on. Both of those put you in motion. They make it sound like you are continuing on your way as a courtesy. You can also use, I have got to run, if you genuinely need to be somewhere. That is universal. Nobody pushes back on, I have got to run.
I have got to run.
Practice it now.
I have got to run.
Notice how it has a sense of urgency built in. You are not asking permission to leave. You are letting them know.
What about phone calls? Phone calls are the worst for me. I never know how to end them.
Phone calls are tricky because you do not have body language to help you. You cannot back away physically. So you have to lean harder on words. The phrase that always works is, anyway, I should let you go. Same logic as the in-person one, but on a phone, you say it slightly slower and warmer because there is no facial expression to soften it.
What about, okay, talk soon?
That is a good one too, especially if you can pair it with a specific reason. Okay, I am about to head into something. Talk soon. Anything that signals an external reason for ending the call is helpful.
And video calls?
Video calls are similar to phone calls, but you do have facial expression, which helps. The phrase I use a lot is, "I have got another call coming up, so I should hop off." Or simply, "Should we wrap up there?" That last one is great because it puts the decision to end on both of you. It feels collaborative rather than like you are pushing them off.
Should we wrap up there? That is so much better than just sitting in awkward silence waiting for them to end it.
Most calls go on longer than they need to because nobody wants to be the one to end it. So the person who is willing to gently wrap it up is doing everyone a favor, including the other person. They were probably waiting too.
Okay, what about family events? Because family is a totally different challenge. You cannot just say, I have got to run.
Family is the hardest setting of all, especially with relatives you only see occasionally. They want to use every minute, so you have to be more strategic. The technique I use most often with family is the before I forget pivot. You say, "Before I forget, I want to go grab some food before they put it away." Or, "Before I forget, I really wanted to say hi to Auntie before she leaves." It works because you are not ending the conversation rudely. You are saying you remembered something time-sensitive.
Before I forget, even just adding that to the start of a sentence makes it sound urgent.
Exactly. It builds in a sense of, I have to act now, without being rude. Family conversations also benefit from physical movement. Stand up. Pick up an empty plate to take to the kitchen. Walk towards the food table. Movement signals an ending more clearly than words alone.
What about long phone calls with relatives, where they want to talk for an hour about the same things they told you last week?
2 strategies. First, set the duration at the start. As soon as you answer, say, "I have got about 20 minutes before I need to head out." That is not rude. It is informative. They know how long they have.
That is so simple, but I have never thought of doing it.
Most people do not. We answer the phone with no time boundary, and then we are stuck. The second strategy is the warm bookend. "I am going to let you go now. Really good to hear your voice." Or, "I will let you get on with your evening. Speak soon." Family responds well to warm closings because the relationship matters. They feel cared for, even though you are leaving.
What if the person just will not let me go, though? Like, they keep starting new topics every time I try to wrap up.
That is when you have to be a bit firmer without being rude. The technique is to acknowledge but not engage. So they say, "Oh, did you hear about Tom's new job?" And instead of getting drawn into it, you say, "No, but tell me next time. I really do have to head off." You are signaling interest in a future conversation while clearly closing this one.
Tell me next time.
It is a beautiful phrase. It saves the relationship for the future. It does not reject what they were going to say. It just postpones it.
And if they still keep going?
Then you go a layer firmer. Stand up. Start moving. Look at your phone like you have just received something. "Oh, that is from work. I really have to go." And then go. The body language has to start matching the words. People take cues from movement more than from speech.
So the body has to leave even if the conversation has not quite finished.
Sometimes, yes. Most people will catch up the moment you start moving away. It is how social signals work. We are wired to read movement.
What about networking specifically? Because that is where I struggle the most. People stay in those conversations way too long.
Networking has a built-in advantage. You can use the event itself as your reason. "It was lovely meeting you. I want to talk to a few more people before they finish the drinks." That is socially expected at networking. It is even appreciated. You are being a good networker. They will probably want to do the same.
So I am giving them permission to also leave.
Often, yes. Most people at networking events feel stuck just like you do. The first one to politely leave often releases everyone else at the same table.
Okay, give me one final tip. The single most useful thing I can take away.
Always say the words, "before I go," before you actually go. Something like, "Before I go, I just wanted to say it was really good to see you." Or, "Before I go, do you want to grab lunch sometime next week?" That phrase gives the conversation a clear ending. The other person mentally gets ready for you to leave. So when you do leave, it does not feel sudden. It feels expected.
Before I go.
2 words. They will save you from 1,000 awkward exits.
Honestly, this is the most useful conversation we have ever had.
Wait until you actually try it. The first few times still feel slightly awkward, but by the 5th or 6th time, it becomes natural. And then you wonder why you spent your whole life trapped in conversations you did not want to be in.
I should let you go.
You are not even subtle.
I am practicing. Before I forget, thank you. This was genuinely brilliant.
Better. Much better.
That was a real conversation about something nobody is taught and almost everyone needs. Now let us look at what you can take from today's conversation. 5 key phrases, 4 vocabulary words, 4 phrasal verbs, 13 things in total. Let us go through them. Let us start with the key phrases. These are the magic words you can actually use the next time you need to leave a conversation. Phrase number 1, I should let you go. This is the single most useful phrase for ending a conversation politely. It works in any setting. It frames your exit as a favor to the other person. You are not saying you want to leave. You are saying you respect their time. For example, anyway, I should let you go. Lovely catching up. Practice this one. It will save you 100 awkward exits. Phrase number 2, anyway. A simple word, but notice how it works. Anyway signals that you are about to close a topic or change direction. It is one of the most natural ways to begin an exit. For example, anyway, I should head off. Lovely to see you. Native speakers use anyway constantly to signal that a conversation is wrapping up. It is small, it is short, and it is incredibly useful. Phrase number 3, before I forget. This phrase creates urgency. It signals that there is something time-sensitive you need to do. You can use it to pivot away from a long conversation without seeming rude. For example, before I forget, I really wanted to grab some food before they put it away. It works in social settings, family events, and even on the phone. It is one of the smoothest exits in English. Phrase number 4, I have got to run. Direct, universal, slightly informal. Nobody pushes back when you say, I have got to run. It implies you are already on your way somewhere. For example, sorry, I have got to run. Speak soon. You can use this in casual settings, at work, on the phone, anywhere. Just be ready to actually leave when you say it. Phrase number 5, it has been so good catching up. This is the warm closing phrase that softens any exit. After your exit phrase, this is what you say to leave the other person feeling cared for. For example, I should let you go. It has been so good catching up. The combination of an exit phrase and a warm closing is the perfect formula. Together, they make ending a conversation feel kind rather than rude. Now, vocabulary words. Words that come up constantly when we talk about social interactions and politeness. Word number 1, awkward. This means uncomfortable, embarrassing, or socially difficult. For example, leaving a conversation can feel awkward, but it does not have to be. Awkward is one of the most useful words in English for describing social situations. You will hear it constantly. Awkward silence, awkward conversation, awkward exit. Word number 2, polite. This means showing good manners, kindness, and respect for others. For example, there are polite ways to end any conversation without being rude. Polite is the central word of this entire video. Politeness is what allows you to leave a conversation without damaging the relationship. Word number 3, excuse. This means a reason given to explain why you are doing or not doing something. For example, at networking events, you have a built-in excuse, the event itself. A good exit usually involves a polite excuse. It does not have to be a lie. It just has to be plausible. Word number 4, closure. This means a sense of completion or proper ending. For example, adding "before I go" gives the conversation closure. Without closure, an exit feels sudden. With closure, it feels natural. Closure is what separates a polite exit from an awkward one.
And finally, phrasal verbs. These are 2-word verbs you will hear in real social conversations all the time. Phrasal verb number 1, wrap up. This means to bring something to an end, usually a meeting or conversation. For example, should we wrap this up? I have got another call coming. Wrap up is one of the most useful work phrases in English. It signals an ending without sounding harsh. Phrasal verb number 2, cut off. This means to interrupt someone or stop something abruptly. For example, I did not want to cut him off, but the meeting was running over. Cut off is what you want to avoid doing rudely, but sometimes it is necessary to gently cut someone off to bring a conversation to a close. Phrasal verb number 3, slip away. This means to leave quietly and unnoticed. For example, I just slipped away when nobody was watching. Slipping away is sometimes the only option at huge events, where saying goodbye to everyone would take 40 minutes. Phrasal verb number 4, get going. This means to start moving, to leave, to get underway. For example, right, I should get going. Lovely catching up. Get going is one of the warmest ways to signal an exit. It feels casual and friendly rather than abrupt. So that is your 13 takeaways for today. 5 phrases, 4 vocabulary words, 4 phrasal verbs, all from one honest conversation about something we all need to be better at. Now, think about your own life. Where do you most often get stuck in conversations you want to leave? And which phrase from today are you actually going to try? That is your practice for this week. That is everything for today. If you found this useful, you will also want to watch our video on how to say no without feeling guilty. The link is on screen right now. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do. A new real conversation every week. See you next time on Real Talk English Pro.